Hello, welcome back to my channel. In a lot of Chinese love drama, the male lead is usually good-looking, tall, rich, faithful, and intelligent. Even if he doesn't have all the traits above, he will usually have a selection of them. Why do men have to be like this? To this question, you may say, well, that's attractive. But why? Why are men with these characters attractive to women? And why men aspire to be such people? There are a lot of reasons behind this, and today I will provide a perspective from Darwin, from the theory of evolution. What comes to your mind when I say Darwin? If you are still thinking humans came from monkeys, you should really carry on watching this video. Darwin is renowned for his theory of evolution. In a nutshell, it goes like this. Mutations causes variations amongst individuals. Some of the difference can be inherited, and there are mechanisms that changes the frequency of the difference. In this way, species evolve. Let me give you an example. Imagine a population of mice moved home. Their new home has dark rocks. Due to natural variation, some mice are black, some are tan. Tan mice are more visible to predatory birds, so they're eaten more often. Only the surviving mice can reach to an age when they can have children, because black mice have higher chance of leaving offspring. The next generation of mice will contain more black mice. This is how natural selection works. In modern days, the theory of evolution remains broadly unchanged, but now we know the variation are actually caused by alleles. This video is inspired by British biologist Richard Dawkins' book, The Selfish Gene, where he defined the smallest unit of selection is not the species, nor the group, not even strictly the individuals, it's the genes. Richard Dawkins also mentioned that human body are just the genes' survival machine. Genes are immortal. Their purpose is to make unlimited copies of themselves. Animals and humans often behave in ways that serve that purpose. In the context of this video, we are taking specifically a mode of natural selection, which is sexual selection. Sexual selection works in two ways. On one hand, one biological sex will choose who to mate with from the opposite sex. On the other hand, one sex will have to compete with the members of same sex to gain access of the opposite sex. Jesus Christ. As a result, some members will have greater reproductive success within the population. But why do men have to fight within themselves? And why can women sit there and choose? You feminist scumbag. To answer that question, we have to understand the fundamental difference between male and female in evolutionary biology. There are many differences that can be observed or perceived between female and male sexes, such as their preference, physical appearance. If you've had some biology education, you would say the difference lies in their chromosomes. However, that's still not touching the root of their differences, which by convention is the size of their gametes. The sex with the larger gametes is female and small male. Taking human female's gametes, i.e. egg cells, as an example, they are usually 0.1 mm, while sperm are about 55 micrometer long. In the process of fertilization, both egg cells and sperm invest 50% of DNA for the kid, but the larger gametes from female will carry much more nutrition for the baby to grow. So, from the very beginning, a female has already invested much more than a male. What's more, a human female will have to carry the baby for over 9 months. What does this fundamental difference mean in human behavior? In the book, Richard Dawkins described the war between male and female and presented interesting strategies for both the sexes to adopt. To recall what I said in the beginning, genes are immortal, and its sole purpose is to make indefinite copies of itself. And the best strategy of making that copy is by reproduction. Note that the success of reproduction is not just about numbers of offspring. The offspring have to grow to the age when they can make more offsprings as well, so the genes can be copied and passed on to a new generation. So when a parent's time and resources are limited, he or she will have to balance the quantity and quality of the offspring. A human female has limited egg cells in a lifetime. She is restricted by menstrual cycle, meaning she only has a small window to be fertile every month. Once she is pregnant, she will have to wait for the child to be born to have another pregnancy. Therefore, compared with a male, her winning strategy is to focus on the quality of her children. A male, on the other hand, has pretty much unlimited sperm, and in theory, he can create a baby in roughly 5 minutes. So, a male's winning strategy will be focusing on the quantity of his children. This fact presents a risk for every female when she is pregnant. The male's best strategy is to leave this female and impregnate another female to have more offspring. But he's gambling on the fact that when he's not around, this female is strong enough to raise the child alone. And a female knows this strategy, so she has to be very, very careful in choosing who to mate with. She has to choose a male who's healthy, is strong enough to fight the wild beasts, who has the capability to provide resources such as food and accommodation, who is faithful and willing to stay. Of course, this one is a bit tricky to see on the surface. So, to answer the question, how does Darwinian biologists feel about the male character design in Chinese idol drama from a pure evolutionary biology perspective? Well, it kind of all makes sense. The male leads represent men with a higher chance to win in this sexual selection process. Despite 300,000 years of development and evolution since Homo sapien came into existence, the impact of evolution is so strong that we still carry some instinct in the sexual selection process. Please bear in mind that I am not saying the success of reproduction means everything in our society, nor am I providing any justification of the behaviors during the sexual selection process by either female or male. I think it's just a mere humbling experience to reflect our behavior and instincts in this way. In the next video, I will analyze the female character designs in Chinese idol drama from an evolutionary biology and other perspective. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button. I will see you next time.